are very subtle. These aliens.
How often do you think about it?
None, zero.
Zero? Even though you're thinking about interplanetary travel, you don't really think about aliens.
No, I mean, if they show up, I'm like, great, okay, now this is new information. But we, well, yeah,
What an interesting way of putting it. This is new information.
this is new information. Like, where were you guys up till now?
Yeah.
So, anyway, listen, if I see some evidence for aliens, I'll be the first to be like, aliens, you know?
Right. Then you'll investigate. But until then, you think it's kind of a waste of time?
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely seems like a waste of time if nothing's happened so far. You think about all the people that have been researching aliens for their whole life, and they have very little to show for it.
Well, there's...
Other than cool stories.
Yeah. I mean, we have archaeologists going all over the world looking at things. You know, there's this people... Like, if we were to find something like, let's say, like a cube of titanium, just like a 1-inch cube of titanium, say, in the middle of the pyramid, I'd be like, aliens for sure. There's no way they could have made titanium back then. There's no way. That's hard. That's all. One little, didn't even need a computer. Like, a computer would be like, hey, wow, computers, they didn't have computers back then, so it must be aliens. But even just like some advanced metallurgy, anything, like, we would say anything like that.
Right. Nothing like that that we could point to that we can't do.
Everything that we found archaeologically is consistent with the time, the technology they had at that time.
Archaeologically.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're just talking about old stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, just throughout history. It's not like...
Yeah.
Like if aliens visited, there'd be something buried somewhere, you'd think. We haven't seen anything. So, anyway, I mean, maybe there are aliens, but they're very subtle. If there are, they're just very, they're being pretty shy. So, as far as we can tell, there's none. So, nor are we seeing signals from any other solar system or anything like that. So, now, and the thing is that on a galactic timescale, even with sublight travel, you could absolutely colonize the whole galaxy, even some of the neighboring galaxies. So if you said 1 million years with and say there's no new physics, could you colonize the galaxy in 1 million years? Absolutely, the entire galaxy.
So you would start with Mars, build bases on Mars, then use Mars to jump off to all these other planets, set up places there, and over thousands of years easily.
Just kind of like,
so
hop from one solar system to the next, and
that it seems like that's imperative. Like that has to happen if the human civilization is going to survive, because our planet is just, we're too subject to natural disasters and our own folly, and if the species is going to survive, we kind of have to escape. It's
mostly about the species. I mean, there've been some real doozies of massive meteors and super volcanoes, and the continents moved all over the place, and Earth's been a snowball and super hot. If you read like the geological history of Earth, it's like very long and complicated. So, and then there've been so many extinction events, not like just a few. I mean, the Permian extinction event, that was a real rough one, where it's like well over 90% of all species died out. And that doesn't tell the whole story, because a huge chunk of the remaining species were fungi and like sponges and stuff like that. Like are you a sponge? Okay, you're probably doing okay. They're still around. Are you a mushroom? Do you like being in the dark and feasting on dead plant and animal matter? Okay, but if you're like a human, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So,
well, didn't people got down to, there was just a few thousand of us at one point in time because of a supervolcano, I think Indonesia. And I think it was only like 60, 70,000 years ago.
Yeah. There've been a number of sort of evolutionary choke points.
Yeah.
And the last ice age must have been pretty rough too. A lot of species got wiped out then.
Is that part of what motivates you? What motivates you to want to do this and to put people on Mars and to start traveling, get people traveling through the galaxy?
Yeah. So philosophically, I'm in the Douglas Adams sort of school of thought, which is that the universe is the answer, and we need to figure out like what questions to ask to better understand the answer that is the universe. So we want to expand the scope and scale of consciousness, increase our understanding of the universe, like to understand why are we here, where do we come from, where are we going, what's this all about, and in order to I don't know, just understand the meaning of life, we have to expand the scope and scale of life and the consciousness, which may be digital and biological in the future, and get past at least one of the great filters, which is to become a multi-planet species. A species that does not become multiplanetary is simply waiting around until there is some extinction event, either self-inflicted or external. So we gotta be a multi-planet species. Also, that's like way more exciting. That's like, do you want a future where we're out there among the stars exploring the universe, or do you want a future where we're stuck on Earth forever? I think we want the super exciting future where we're out there exploring the galaxy. That sounds great to me. And I think it's worth 1% of our resources, something like that. Maybe more, but at least 1%.
Well, it's in all the most exciting sci-fi movies.
Yeah. Yeah, if you saw a sci-fi movie and they didn't have spaceships, you're like, what's going on there? Something terrible must have happened.